They attack people on all kinds of levels. I was one of the people who was targeted by COINTELPRO, but there were many, many others. As a member of the Black Panther Party in New York City, I witnessed 21 of our most effective, most articulate organizers and leaders be victimized by a conspiracy charge. They were charged with conspiracy, and the charges were insane. They were charged with conspiracy to blow up department stores. They were charged with conspiracy to blow up subways. And one of the most insane charges was conspiracy to blow up the Bronx Botanical Gardens, and nobody could ever figure out, why anybody would want to blow up flowers. That certainly was not part of our political program and platform. But however, they were put into prison for, most of them spent 2 years, more than 2 years in prison. Each was given $100,000 bail. And what that did was to limit our effectiveness in organizing in our communities and make us have to spend a lot of our time, energy, and resources liberating our comrades instead of being able to effectively organize in our communities. I believe personally that COINTELPRO is still going on under another name and a much more sophisticated, much more dangerous type of COINTELPRO. So we could never think that that was an era that was in history. The United States government has not changed. In fact, I think it has become more repressive. The number of people in prisons, I think, backs me up. The number of people that are killed by police backs me up. The number of names on computers backs me up. And the fact that Jesse Helms is on the Senate floor talking about arresting people for coming to a youth festival backs me up. So I think that as time goes on, it's more and more obvious that repression is one of the most frequent tools used by the United States government to smash anybody who is fighting for real justice, for real liberty, and for real freedom in the United States. In my case, I was targeted, as I said before, by COINTELPRO, and I was forced to go underground. I was forced to disappear. The police knocked down my door, took everything. I mean, they took my posters, my books, my records, my underwear, and I don't know what they were looking for in my underwear, but they took everything as so-called evidence, and they tried to accuse me of aiding and abetting, harboring fugitives. I decided that there were two choices. Either I could talk to the FBI and cooperate with the FBI, or I could disappear. At that time, I considered cooperating with the FBI an unprincipled act, because I thought, and I still think, that the FBI is not a tool to protect people. It is an instrument of repression, and specifically instrument of repression that targets people of color, oppressed people, and specifically African people who are oppressed in the United States. So I thought that cooperating would be immoral, and I decided to disappear. I decided to go underground, and at the time I was very innocent. I thought, well, all they're looking for me for is aiding and abetting, harboring fugitives. It was a lie. They never continued that charge. They never made that charge formal. But I thought, well, this is going to roll over. This is a passing moment. But I was very mistaken. What happened was that the FBI and the New York City Police Department, their Red Squad, began to systematically feed news stories to the Daily News, to all of the New York City and national newspapers, creating this image of this woman that is this terrible person, that is this criminal, that is this murderer, that is this bank robber, that is this terrorist. And what they did was they took a photograph of a woman robbing a bank. They put my name under wanted, and they put that picture everywhere, in every bank, on the side of buses, on big posters like this, on the subway, everywhere. And what they were doing was creating the condition where any cop in the United States could shoot me down, had a license, I was like dead meat. And they came out and said, if we see her, we will kill her. And it wasn't just me. They did the same thing to many other people. And some of those other people are still in prison. In May 2nd, 1973, I was shot once with my hands in the air, shot once in the back. I was left on the ground and to die. And they kept coming back and saying, is she dead yet? Is she dead yet? Finally, when it was obvious that I was not going to die right then, I was taken to a hospital where I was chained to a bed. I was beaten, tortured, kept incommunicado for 4 or 5 days. It seemed like 100. I was denied any right to see lawyers, to see anybody. My aunt, Evelyn Williams, who is also my lawyer, finally got a court order to come to see me, and since I could not tell her the extent of what was happening, I told her, please do something, because I was accused of